Bia Mesquita with a tightly contested match with Anna Vieira. And these two will face off now in the women's absolute finals. Bia, typically a lightweight, competed at middleweight this year. Jessica Flowers, a super heavyweight.
Yeah, Jessica Flowers, I haven't seen her compete. I mean, I've known Bia forever, but Jessica Flowers, someone relatively new at the black belt level. Am I correct here?
Yeah, she is. I think this may be her second year at black belt.
And little weight advantage there on Flowers. I think Bia, she didn't really. I mean, she out wrestled Anna earlier today, and that was very impressive. I wonder if she's going to try to do the same thing to Flowers, even the weight advantage. She might be able to.
Bia is good from everywhere, and I think one of the things that people are always surprised at with Bia is that her lower body is so strong. You can tell whenever she gets people in her closed guard or whenever she's able to get the back or the mount, you can just see that she puts that pressure with her lower body on her opponent. And it's really one of the reasons why you see her get so many submissions from those dominant spots.
Yeah, Flowers looks strong, man.
Yeah, she does. You can tell she's physically moving Bia around the mat.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I wonder what Bia's strategy is. Bia obviously with a lot more experience and credentials here, but Flowers does not seem to be intimidated by that.
Bia's had a lot of wars over the years with much larger opponents. She was a frequent finalist in the absolute division in the Gi Worlds against Gabby Garcia during her run as absolute champion. And so Bia no stranger to larger opponents.
Yes, and Bia is seems to be like you were mentioning, she's a very well-rounded, complete fighter. I could see her pulling guard here, though. I think she might get a little frustrated with the stand-up soon and pulling guard at some point during this match. But who knows? She's been working on her wrestling, and she's been confident about it. It's the final of the Women's Open. Attempts that jumping guillotine there, defended by Flowers.
And Bia seems to want to get over-unders here with Flowers. She may be thinking about working to the back or something like that, but she seems to want to get close and tight with Flowers, and Flowers preferring to fight with a little bit more space, seems like.
Yeah, I would agree. Hanging heavy on that head. Yeah, you can see she's very, very powerful. Bia's face, very focused, not intimidated.
And a lot of these women actually have really good wrestling, and I think this is one of those things where you were talking about earlier in the tournament about the idea of penalizing guard pulls, and I don't like to comment too much on rules and my opinions about things, but I do think that anything that would allow us to see a more broader range of the skill sets of some of these athletes would be a good thing. And I don't know that there is one particular rule set or rule that would necessarily define that, but I would like to see more of the women wrestle, and I say that as Bia Mesquita pulls guard here.
Yeah, they I think overall wrestling level, we talked about this extensively throughout the weekend, but overall level's gone up so many levels. And yeah, Jessica aggressive there, man.
Yeah.
You see Bia's not liking it, but Jessica just keeps pushing.
Yeah, and I think one of the things we're noticing here is when Jessica increases her aggressiveness, it is kind of shaking Bia up a little bit, and it's taking her out of her comfort zone. And I think the game for Bia here is let's go slow, let's be careful.
I think Bia's route to victory here might really be to pull guard. She had a body lock on Jessica a second ago, and Jessica just shook it off like nothing, man.
Yeah.
So, can she get on top, get a scramble? I said that earlier with Max Jimenez and Cyborg. I said I think Cyborg should pull guard, and next thing you know, he was scrambling with them and getting to his back. So, maybe Bia can pull that off, but I don't know. Jessica just seems to have an edge here standing.
Bia controlling the wrist now, Flowers. Fighting the hands, fighting the wrists. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left to go.
And the head fight there. Jessica with the foot sweeps there, attempting to get her opponent off balance, not phasing her, not one tiny bit. We are approaching the first half of this, end of the first half of this women's absolute final.
Both these women very dominant in their respective weight classes.
You know what's ironic? I was just about to say, like, a penalty. Like, I was surprised because, like, 5 minutes in, when Spriggs and Jackson had done nothing, they had received 3 penalties by now each, and they just got their first one.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that one, Tyler?
Well, you know, I think they've been a little bit more out. You know, saw Bia pull close guard, come up to the body lock a little bit. Yeah, but I agree. I mean, especially these last couple minutes here, we really could use some more penalties. Mainly because, you know, we saw like in that matches, it wasn't until they really got 3 that the intensity got up and they really kind of started fighting.
Yes.
You know.
Maybe it'll be the same thing here. Like maybe that's the way of the referees pushing the both competitors to be more aggressive. Like, hey, you know, I will disqualify you guys. And I think every now and then the referees have to do that to remind competitors that, hey, we're not joking.
Yeah, this will happen.
Exactly.
Don't be a cautionary tale.
Exactly.
4 minutes, 16 seconds. Dead even at this point. Flowers electing to pull guard.
Not expecting that. Let's see what happens here. 4 minutes left.
I mean, to be honest, as somebody that's watched both these girls compete quite a bit, I mean, if you were to pick a place that you wanted to be a Mesquita, it would be in your closed guard or on the feet. I mean, she's really, really good in a lot of places. And those are, I mean, in closed guard, on the feet, those are 2 of the places where I would say, like, you know, her attributes and her skill set maybe aren't on full display. I mean, she's so good everywhere that these are 2 positions where you can look at and say, well, maybe I can edge her here.
Yeah, I'm thinking what going through Bia's head now. She's got a. I mean, if she can get in Jessica's open guard, I would say she's got a good chance of passing.
Yeah.
My guess is that Jessica does not want to open that closed guard, and she seems like she's got really strong legs and be able to knock Bia off balance perhaps at some point.
Well, it's funny because you're looking at her legs here, and her legs, like just in proportionate to Bia's torso, you can just tell how much bigger she is.
Yeah, exactly. Huge weight advantage there. But this is the open.
And I think they're just resetting them here.
And
yeah, you just reset them.
Less than 3 minutes to go. Both competitors with 1 penalty each. Jessica Flowers playing her close guard against multiple-time world champion Bia Mesquita. Not a lot of action from close guard either.
And she's trying to drag that arm of Mesquita across the
Perhaps
body here.
trying to set up a hip bump. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking that may be one of the better sweeps here to keep the guard closed. And then she is quite a bit bigger. When you are larger than your opponent, those hip bumps get a little bit easier from a geometry standpoint.
Yeah, well, if this goes decision, I don't have a favorite, to be honest.
To me, there's nothing I can circle and say this is the.
No, yeah, exactly. So they have to, I mean, if they have to show us that, I believe the refs are the right thing. They're expecting the same, you know, approval. They want to be shown that, okay, you deserve this victory. In case it goes decision, you have to at least be trying harder than your opponent. Right now, we're not seeing a lot of action. If I were Bia's coach, I would be telling her, like, let's look to stand up, open that guard.
I was thinking
if I were Jessica's coach, like, keep hip bumping, dragging that arm across, fish for that kimura, fish for a guillotine. At least be aggressive. For the next minute, 30 seconds, 100% of what you have, and to be an aggressive, and see if you can pull something off. Let's see if you can create an opening that would warrant a sweep, a takedown, a pass, anything. Right now, they have to create something. They're not creating anything.
And Bia Mesquita has to be really careful about penalty at this point because, as we've talked about before throughout the day, is, you know, the competitor on top in closed guard is the one that's going to be assessed the stalling penalties. And typically, if you stay on your knees, it doesn't really matter if you're defending sweeps or submissions. You will still rack up those penalties after a short period of time if you don't try to stand up or make a valiant attempt to open the guard. And here she goes.
Yeah, Jessica with the climbing the back, Bia's
And
back.
Bia's just going to try to get a knee in the middle here.
Yeah, well, I guess Bia's strategy was to wait till the end, but Jessica.
And Bia does
Jessica
open the
finally
guard
in an
here.
open guard here. Let's see if Bia can pass.
And Bia does. She's nearly past the guard here. Now jumping onto the back of Flowers.
Little too soon on the jump
just a
there.
little too aggressive.
Yeah, but it might be enough to score the advantage, and that's it.
It is. And now she's
Still
Bia's
attacking the back.
Yeah, she's still got that arm drag across the body of Flowers.
And with 15 seconds left, Jessica Flowers is in trouble here.
Yeah, because Bia doesn't really need to even score the points here at this point.
Yeah, no, she did get the advantage. We don't see it on the scoreboard, but Bia Mesquita was awarded an advantage for that back take. 5 seconds. I believe it's safe to say Bia Mesquita is the new absolute world champion.
And she's going to get it here in the final seconds. Bia Mesquita, your 2018 Women's Absolute Black Belt Champion.
Another weight class and open today, yeah?
Yep. Another
Great
two.
performance by Bia. Jessica looks disappointed, but hey, she's got plenty of time. This is not the. You know what? Some of these newcomers, they got so much time ahead of them. She lost to someone who's very experienced, has been in the game forever, and it was close.
Yeah. And I mean, for Jessica Flowers, you're going to walk home with a gold medal at super heavyweight and a silver medal in the absolute. You look great today, and you know there's few people that you could lose to in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that are more decorated than Bia Mesquita.
I agree.
And so, partner, we've got one match left to go today. So you're watching the action from the women's absolute final here on your screen. There's Bia's near back take here at the end that scored her the advantage that tilted things in her favor here at the end. We're going to see a rematch from earlier today, and this is the rematch that many of you are tuning in to watch here right now on Flow Grappling. I am Tyler Bishop alongside me, Robert Drysdale, and we are getting ready to watch the men's absolute final between Gordon Ryan and Yuri Simoes.